All right, let's get right into it. What if I told you there's one simple, almost secret idea that could completely change the game for you? We're talking about unlocking some truly extraordinary results in your work, your health, pretty much everywhere. Today we're going to cut through all that chaos and get you focused on the one thing that actually, truly matters. Okay, let's be real for a second. Does this sound familiar? Your to-do list is a mile long. You're jumping from meeting to email to another urgent task. Your calendar looks like a game of Tetris gone wrong. And at the end of the day, you are just completely wiped out. But when you look back, you haven't really moved the needle on your big, important goals. It feels like you're just spinning your wheels, right? So what is going on here?
You know, this old Russian proverb just nails it. This is our problem, right here. We are chasing way too many rabbits. Our focus, our energy, it's all split between a dozen different priorities. And what happens? We end up making zero real progress on any of them. We're busy, yeah, but we're not productive.
So, what's the answer? Some new productivity app? Working even more hours? No way. The secret is actually the complete opposite of what you'd think. It's not about doing more, it's about going small. This means you have to ignore all the things you could do and laser focus on the one thing you absolutely should do. It's a total game changer, recognizing that not everything matters equally.
Okay, so how does going small lead to massive results? Well, it all comes down to this one incredible concept, the domino effect. This is how you're going to take that small focus and turn it into something huge.
See, massive success isn't something that happens all at once. It's built one piece at a time. Sequentially, you do the right thing and then you do the next right thing. It starts out feeling kind of slow, just a straight line. But over time, that progress becomes geometric. It explodes. Your job is just to line up your priorities and knock over that very first domino.
And here is where things get really mind-blowing. This isn't just some nice metaphor. This is real-world physics. A physicist actually discovered that one single domino has enough force to knock over another domino that is 50% larger than itself. Think about that.
So let's just see what that looks like. Imagine you start with a tiny 2-inch domino, something you could hold in your hand. If you create a chain reaction with each one being 50% larger, by the 18th domino, you'd have something taller than the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Insane, right?
But we're not even close to done. Let's keep that chain going. That same tiny 2-inch domino, by the time you get to number 31 in the sequence, would be towering almost 3,000 feet above Mount Everest, the highest point on Earth.
And this is just unbelievable. The 57th domino. It would basically stretch from here to the moon. Now, here's the point of all this. Your job isn't to build a rocket to the moon. Your job is to find that first tiny domino and pour all your energy into just tipping that one thing over.
Okay, so that sounds incredible, but it brings up the biggest question of all, doesn't it? In a world with a million distractions and tasks, how in the world do you find your lead domino? Well, luckily, there's a very specific tool for that.
I mean, life doesn't just neatly line up all the dominoes for us and point a big sign that says start here. That would be nice, but no, we have to figure it out for ourselves. So how do we pinpoint that single most critical action that's going to kick off that amazing chain reaction?
This right here is the magic question. This is the key that unlocks everything. You have to ask yourself, what's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Read that again. This question is a precision tool. It's designed to slice right through all the clutter and force you to identify the one action that matters most. Your answer? That's your lead domino.
All right, enough theory. Let's put this into action right now. This isn't just a cool idea to think about. It's a practical system you can start using today for your career, your personal life, your health, whatever it is that you want to improve.
The process is actually super simple. It's just 3 steps. First, for whatever big goal you have, ask yourself that focusing question. Second, whatever your answer is, that is now your one thing. It's your absolute #1 priority. And third, you give that one thing all of your focus, and I love how the book puts this. You just whack away at it until it falls. Then you get up and you do it all over again with the next domino.
So I've got a question for you. What is your one thing? The most important thing you can do right now is actually identify it. If this helped you get a little bit of clarity, do me a favor and hit that like button and share this with a friend who you know is feeling a little overwhelmed. And then, and this is the important part, go down to the comments and declare your one thing. Let's make it real. Let's hold each other to it, and of course, subscribe for more tips to help you get those extraordinary results. Thanks for tuning in.
That wraps up today's review. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. See you next time.